welcome to today's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed the last two episodes. If not, they're up online, and I'm sorry about that. And I can't take that time back for you. I am really sorry about that. But today's episode is going to be great. How are you doing, Ryan?
Doing good. Feel great. Yeah, it's been a really good, busy week, and I have a 5-month-old baby, and it really puts in perspective stuff you could be stressed about, worried about. Mm-hmm. With a 5-month-old baby, he just gets happy for no reason, and it makes my day. So, but yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, awesome. You gonna ask how I'm doing?
No, I was gonna see how long that would take. No, how's life been with you? How are you been? I mean, the Guardians video just got released.
Yeah, I feel sad.
Oh no, Stuart. Do you feel sad?
That was a very, very...
Is that our segue?
In the last episode, we talked about the science of happiness and why happiness is so important. And we were thinking about the next episode, and we were thinking about doing something about dogs or flight. And I was like, why don't we do the science of sadness? Why don't we really talk about sadness? And that's what we've decided to do.
Well, and I like it's a challenge because it's really like, is being sad a good thing? Yeah. I didn't know the answer to that. Like with science of happiness, I knew, look, there's good things about it, but is there really scientific things they found that are good about sadness? And that was really interesting what we found.
Let's really quick kind of give an overview of what maybe the feeling of sadness is, just so we can get a picture of and a mental image of what sadness is and feels like.
A 5-year-old kid with an ice cream cone that drops on the ground on a hot summer day.
And he feels sadness.
Because he wants to eat that ice cream cone and it just went...
And so therefore sadness could be something not going the way you would like it to go.
Yeah, or maybe you think society expects it to be. Because the hard thing is with movies and TV, everything now, I think we have this expectation. Mm-hmm. It's an unrealistic expectation, which is part of the problem, right? It's the same thing with beauty. You know, this idea of what is beautiful, we can do a whole episode on that. But the science of sadness, I think the problem is with movies and with celebrities, you only see the happy times. So you expect to be happy all the time, which isn't true. You have to have both. There has to be a contrast, and there has to be this constant back and forth. Yeah. But far too often, I think we see one side, so people don't really acknowledge or realize, look, this is okay, this is normal, and it's good for me.
Sadness is important in life. It's the ability, it's just that feeling of things not being normal in a sense, or just kind of not going away from what we would normally
expect.
Yeah. Let's discuss some of the facts about sadness.
Yeah.
I like your cold hard facts. What are the facts about sadness?
You mean like studies on different things we found? Yeah, so I think one interesting thing is sadness really helps motivation.
Explain that.
Yeah, so what happens is when you're happy, you're in a state of being where you're...
And happy would be...
Like you feel like everything's going well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you feel brighter, like bright colors is somehow people think in colors. But really happiness is, the problem is your mind tells you this is great, don't change anything. Okay. You're in a good state, I feel good, my body feels good, it's telling me that I need to pursue and continue this.
Whether it's your physical health, emotional health,
yeah, anything. Happy, you're feeling it. And so the reason why sadness is so great is it motivates people. It really tells you, look, the state of being you're in, you may not feel as great, and that's where motivation comes from. That's really like, that's Christopher Columbus, saying, I got to sail the ocean blue. That's Steve Jobs saying, there's got to be something better than these computers. Like all that motivation comes from sadness. And if you were happy all the time, your body would be in a constant state of stay the same. So that's what I love about it, is it really tells you to be happy. And I think in my life, when I was in junior year of high school, my family up and moved to Alaska. Wow. And I'm not an Alaska guy. I'm not, a big hunter. I don't really know that much about it at the time. So when I moved there, it was a complete culture shock for me. Brand new high school. These people, it was a very small town, 12,000 people in this town. And they were very used to the same thing every day. So with a newcomer in, they were very nice to me. They weren't mean, but they weren't looking for new friends because they had the same kind of thing all the time. And it really was 3-4 months of sadness. I would come home just depressed. I didn't want to be there anymore. I couldn't make any friends. But what helped me with that is I started to realize I started to look to people around me and notice people's situations. I never thought, what about the person sitting by themselves? And I started, a light bulb went off, and then from that I was able to befriend a lot of different people. and again, I don't mean braggadocious at all, but I was able to become student body president the next year.
Wow.
And I think the only reason that was possible was I had that moment of that 3-month span of sadness.
Yeah.
And I became more empathetic to those around me,
Yes.
which helped motivate people to say like, look, like, well, I'll vote for this guy or whatever. So really sadness is a big part of my life. I wear that as sort of a badge of honor that those moments in your life are great because it's such a teaching moment.
Yeah. Wow. Right,
I
Greg?
imagine you've had some things like that in your life.
No,
right? I
I've
mean-
been happy my entire life.
Well, the show's over then. It's over. Done.
No, I think things that really motivate is death in a family. I've never experienced death, but
You mean to yourself? Because you're
yeah.
alive, so I don't think you experienced
I've never
that.
experienced a death in a family, or at least someone close to me. But breakups. Breakups can be very hard. I think that's something that people tend to experience a lot more, or the loss of a job, not getting into a certain school.
I would say even the changes in your life. You've moved to different places.
Yeah.
You've lived various areas like that. Those are changes.
Yeah. One thing that's important to know is that with feelings, there's no such thing as a good feeling and a bad feeling. And sadness is not a bad feeling. It's just a feeling. And if you can get into that mental understanding to be able to just look at life and realize that feelings are feelings. There's not a good feeling, there's not a bad feeling. I am just feeling something. Then you can truly begin to understand where you are in life, and you just go, you know what? I am feeling sad. That's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean I'm in a negative place. It doesn't mean things are horrible. It's just this is what I'm feeling. And then you can observe, and you'd be like, you know what? Like, this is helping me look and be more empathetic about people. Sadness really does kind of like it clears any cloudiness that may be in your life, right? There's another fact about that.
Well, you mean your judgments and everything?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a fascinating thing about a sadness is it improves your judgment. They've done studies. It's called the halo effect. It's when someone is attractive, dresses nice, speaks in a professional manner, people tend to trust them.
Yeah.
You think of a car salesman, anybody really talking
Politicians.
to politicians is a very big one.
Yeah.
Actors like, oh wow, they've got everything together. We need to listen to them, and what they're saying is true.
Yeah.
And sadness has proven that people that are sad during those studies are actually much less likely to be duped, and they are better at a judge of character than those that are happy.
So if you're sad, take it for what it's worth. Just enjoy the feeling that you're feeling of being in that. The only word I can really come is muggy. That's the feeling. It's like this muggy state that you're in. So when you're in that state of sadness, enjoy it. Enjoy the clarity that you're experiencing in your life, and start making some decisions, because there was a quote that says, "When all hell breaks loose." Excuse me. It says, "When all hell breaks loose, success is right around the corner." I think that's really true.
So for today's challenge, every episode we do a challenge where we motivate you to take what we've discussed today and apply it in your life. Here's something that's so hard for a lot of people. It's hard for me is when the next time someone comes to you and asks, "How are you doing?" It's always, "Oh, good.
Good.
It's like the teenage response, right? Good.
Yeah.
But the challenge this time will be, instead of saying that, really take the moment and say, you know what? There are some things in my life that I'm going through, and talk to them. Obviously, don't do that if it's like a stranger on the street.
Why not?
But I guess if you want to do that, let us know that experience. But I would say that's the challenge. The challenge this time is to, when someone says, "How are you?" really tell them how you're feeling, not just good. Really go into that and open yourself up to that person. There's so much joy that comes from that exercise.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Go be sad. Really? Why do you laugh? It's a real thing. See, we have a
but it's just
we have
something.
a culture and a mindset of like, go be sad.
Well, I'm just saying it's very.
It's a bad thing to be sad. What the?
It's just weird to go to someone and be like, "Dude, be sad."
Why?
But no, it's true. It is very true. No, what you said, I just didn't expect you to say that. As always, share the video, let your friends know. You guys really are our supporters on this.
Yes, thank you.
And we appreciate all the support you guys have given us so far. If you'd like to support us further, we do have a Patreon page. You can go there. There's certain rewards that you can be a part of. You can be a part of the, backstage process. I don't know what to call it, but really the
behind the scenes is what they call it in the industry.
Behind the scenes, you'll be able to help us pick certain topics we'll go through. We'll get your guys' thoughts on it. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Also, we're a little over time, but when we get 100 supporters on
I will take a cold
Patreon,
shower.
he's going to take a cold shower. So go do that.
If you have no idea what we're talking about, you can watch last week's episode. But yes, I have agreed that if there's 100 people, I will take a cold shower. So if that motivates you, great.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next episode, and have a good day.
Have a good day of being sad.
That's awesome.